It's okay? Right. Good morning, everyone. Today's topic, resume writing. See here, we have a lot of doubts and we need clarification over resume writing, right? Fine. And usually people commit many mistakes while preparing resume writing. The first mistake that people do, simply copying someone's resume, replacing the name, right? Fine. See, it is 100% a big mistake that usually we do. Fine. Here, to make all these misconceptions, all these kind of mistakes, right? Cover them as aspects of positive thing. We are going to have this 1 hour session over resume writing. See, first of all, we have a lot, three things very important we have to know about resume writing. Number one, that is, resume and curriculum vitae, format and structure. These are the 2 and 3. See, what happened, before then, we should have a basic point about resume writing. See, why should we prepare resume and what should be the resume, a best resume? The best resume never gives you job, but gives you an opportunity. Right, a best resume that gives you an opportunity, not job. You know why? 1 minute. Take this chair. See, do you know that advertisement, usually we prepare advertisement for what purpose? A best advertisement that attracts the customer, right? Exactly. The best resume also attracts the interviewer, right? How you attract it? That based on your preparation, right? Your way of preparation over your resume that makes interviewer attract you, right? Be attracted. Now the point is resume and curriculum vitae. See, there is no that deeper difference here that we have to know compulsory. No, but the difference. Knowing the difference will definitely make you not to have any kind of problems in future. Usually what happen, due to confusion, why should we prepare, whether I have to prepare resume or I have to prepare curriculum vitae, there are many people commit mistakes, right? For that, we first get a light over it. Resume and curriculum vitae has a single difference, that is, resume, the word from Greek, curriculum vitae from Latin. Resume usually used by Americans and curriculum vitae, that word used by the Britishers, right? And now curriculum vitae means the complete details over a course of time. Resume is just which is in progress now. So that's the difference. Resume is very shorter one, curriculum vitae is a broader one. Clear? And in both the cases, resume and the curriculum vitae, both should not be, that word should not be given on your resume. Right, and resumes, as it is a small in progress, that is related to the topic I have to give. For example, suppose I apply to a company software. I project my software skills, software abilities that can be suitable for that company. So that's what only I project. That's why it's a resume. Suppose besides software, I have knowledge of making bhajis, making what you call tiffin or biryani. I cannot project this all. Fine. So what I give here, suppose I apply for one particular company or one particular job, I apply giving those skills which are useful for that particular job. That's why it's a resume. I know curriculum vitae is very broader one. I can give all my details which can make me special. Right, during the course of my career, when I start career, what I am, and now what I am. Maybe I'm a writer, maybe I'm a software engineer, maybe I also have technical knowledge related to creating blogs and things, HTML or whatever it may be. Am I clear? So then I have different perspectives in my way of presentation. All I can include that can be curriculum vitae. Is that okay? Fine. Don't bother about the differences here. Right, so the goal of thing is to know the difference that is not important to you. Fine. And the latest trend is simply don't give your resume and curriculum vitae on the first page. No need. Directly give your name. enough. Am I clear? Because when you are going to a company or any interview, it is well known fact that you definitely go with a resume. Then why should again we write resume? Not needed. Is it okay? Right. And coming to the format, see, format meant as it is a formal one. What is a formal one? Formal means formal and informal. What is the formal and informal? Formal one that usually in an official environment, professional environment. And informal means there is no professional, proficiency that required in your document. Clear? For example, you are writing, you are making an ad on newspaper. You can structure however you want, right? One letter bold, one letter small, one letter in red color, one letter in blue color, right? You can present the photo that PM Modi visited your showroom. That also there. But I cannot use this all in my resume. You know why? Because it's a formal document. But ad is a informal document, right? So that's why the informal projection is actually not accepted in a formal document like a resume. So that's why all data, whatever you give, that should have a perfect format. For example, you follow Times New Roman, follow Times New Roman entirely. Follow all headings in 13, then follow 13 for all the headings. Right, follow what you call 12 font for all the normal data, then follow the same. Right, one line margin between two paras, one line margin between two tabs, that can be followed equally. Right, usually what happens, many students, they write heading in 12, sometimes another heading will be in 14, another heading will be in 11. Mismatch. Sometimes you use heading in caps lock, sometimes first letter cap lock, other letters in small letters. No, this kind of mismatch of informal format is not accepted, but accepted in ads. It's not advertisement, but acts as advertisement, selling yourself by your resume. Clear? Right, ma. And now coming to the structure, there is no fixed structure for resume. What is the fixed structure? See, it should be in the first part of the resume, it should be in the next part, it should be in the third part. This is the format we have to follow, this is the structure we have to follow. No need, right? No need. What is the structure here? The structure should be in a way that can attract, which can make you get opportunity. For example, see, suppose you can see in my resume, I have given my educational qualifications in the second page, not in the first page. Why? More than that, I project in the first page. Fine. So what I give, which one makes the interviewer attract, that will be projected in the first page. Fine. And next, the second page. And it is not at all important, that will be third page. Like that, based on the priority over the interviewer's attraction or grabs the attraction, that will be given in a first part. Am I clear? See, usually every resume that begins with heading, next objective, next if he is a fresher, then educational qualification. Because just imagine, for a fresher, what will be there that will be projected more than education? Nothing, right? Am I clear? Your biggest quality of being attracted is education only. Fine. Don't worry, in between objective and education, you have one more aspect which is very important, that can be definitely attract the interviewer. That I'll tell you. Now, see, is that okay? There is no particular structure. I can also give my education qualification in the second page. If I have more than that, right, more than that can attract the interviewer in a first page. Am I clear? Right, but in an advertisement also you don't have any rules and regulations. Right, it should have figure, it should have this background, it should have this color. There is no proper structure for advertisement also. Because advertisement also for attraction. It attracts and sells the product. In the same way, our resume also a document which sells us. Right, am I clear? Right, ma'am. Now see, very appropriate points that we usually find in a resume. On our resume, the first point that we find, That is heading part. The first part, which is very, very important, that is heading part. Three things are very, very important in a heading part. You can usually people neglect these three things, one or the other. But can you imagine that a person lost his MRO post because of giving wrong address? Correct address, but permanent address. What's the difference between permanent address and communication address? Address for communication. Address for communication where you will be available. Permanent address, that is wherever you are, you will be connected. There's a lot of difference, ma. When you are applying to the company, they give you appointment order. Where they send? They send to you. To send you, they require your communication. So they require your communication address, not the address which is permanent. See, one guy has lost his job because of giving permanent address. Can you imagine? It's live experience happened. A person who got selected to interview, got cleared his written test and selected to interview, right? And he got his interview call letter also. But unfortunately, the letter went to his permanent address, which is in the village. Unfortunately, there is no person who is educated to read that letter and explain and inform him about the letter. All are not educated. And then what happened here? They simply put the letter aside because usually the letters are quite common to that particular house. Like that. So what happened? After 10 days, when the letter has come and 10 or 20 days over, then the wife of that particular guy has come there and observed that all the letters. Among them, she also found this letter and informed the guy that we got this letter about interview. And then he rushed to that particular place, took that particular letter and ran to the APPSA. And he went even collector, MP, MLA, right? Even CM, APPSC, everywhere he ran by taking the letter. I got call letter for interview. But unfortunately, none is ready to give him back his interview. You know why? Because the interview is over by 10 days ago. Right? It's already over. 10 days ago. Then how we, when 10 days, even minute is very, very important. What about 10 days? Just imagine, only because of the address given wrong way, he lost his MRO post. It's a live example happened. It's a live example. One more live example I'll tell you. The man simply has given his address and contact details. Right, instead of giving his complete and perfect email ID, he forgot to give dot. For example, Basheer@gmail.com. Instead of giving s.Basheer, he has given Basheer@gmail.com. What happened here? You can find number of email address with a similar name. The difference is the dot, hyphen, slash, these only. Sometimes only one letter difference. SHIR, SHEER, yes or no? SHEIR, like that. So there only a small dot. Because of forgetting the dot, the appointment order has gone to somewhere else. As there is no response from that guy, the job was given to someone else. Right. And you can say that, sir, the letter hasn't reached me. No problem. It has reached because when I sent a letter, it said that message sent. When it says message sent, what do you mean by that? It's already reached to you. That's not my business, correct? So who has given wrongly? You only. You forgot to give dot. Fine. A single dot changed the right. Change his life, and it disappoints him. Yes or no? These are things are very, very important that we usually neglect. We know the value of these very small things when we find a big blow. Yes or no? Usually happens. So now what are the important things that you have to highlight in a heading part? Three things. Number one, your name. Your name. Whether you write resume, curriculum vitae is not important, but you have to write your name on heading part. In a heading part there must be your name. Number two, your address for communication. Your address for communication. Number three, contact details. Usually contact details are something like email ID, phone number. Right? Usual communication that the companies maintain with a candidate that through emails. So you should regularly browse your email and check out for updates. Right? Is that okay? Even a dot is very, very important. You have to check it, recheck it, and also verify it twice and thrice. Is that okay? Now the next part is, I'll show you some format of heading. See, these are four formats I have given you. So like that you can simply make your format as a heading part, the first part of your resume. Right, here usually what are the mistakes that the students do? The regular mistakes that the students do, see, they take nearly 30-40% of the page for only heading part. That is wrong. 30 to 40% of the page only for heading. Wrong. Don't give like that. Heading part should be within 5 or 6% of your page. That's it. First page. Clear? Very clear and very, very, very short that you have to give. Even if you give one line like this, see the last one, single line, you have given your address and contact details, both. That will be enough. No need, right? No need to give extra and additional data, which is not at all important. That is aspect you should be avoid. Okay. Now coming to the next point, that usually we have job objectives, right? The next part of your resume is job objectives. What is job objective? What is objective? Objective means key point. Okay. Key point. Usually objective means goal, aim, your career aspiration, right? Career aspiration, goal. You can ask me a question, sir, objective is that much of important? Yes. You know why? If a person has no objective, then what he work there? Tell me. Whatever the job I do, I should have one goal towards the job, what I am doing. For example, I want to become HR manager. If I have that goal, what will happen? I'll work towards it very, very smart way. Yes or no? If I don't have goal, what will happen? I simply work for my salary. Right? Working for salary is different. Working for fulfilling something is different. Right? That comes with the heart and emotion. Am I clear? That's why each and every person should have objective. If you don't have objective, you will be not considered a serious person. Right? So that's why objective is compulsory. Now objectives we usually write in two ways. Number one, direct objective. Number two, indirect objective. What is direct objective? See here, objective means goal. Direct objective means what I want to become. Means what is the position I desire. Direct objective. Indirect objective, that I'm not talking about exact position, but I am talking about environment in which I want to live. That's the difference. Am I clear? I'll give example. See, for example, I write a direct objective like this. Seeking a position as an HR manager in a reputed organization. Seeking a position as an HR manager in esteemed organization, a reputed organization. What I mean here, I'm directly telling that what I want to become. What I want to become? HR manager. I'm very direct. Correct? Fine. Indirect objective means something like this. See, to be the part of an organization where I can project my creative skills and problem solving skills and enjoy the environment. So what happened here? I'm not directly talking about which position I want. I'm talking about which environment I want to be. Right? I want to live in. Am I clear? So there, where I want to live? I want to live in one environment where I have independence for showing my creative thinking and problem solving skills, and I feel very happy working there. So if that environment gives you a position is not important. Environment is important. Am I clear? So what kind of position you have to achieve? You have to become HR manager. No problem. I want to achieve that position only. Am I clear? So here, indirect object, you are not telling that what you want to become. Direct objective, directly you are telling that you are going to become something like this. Fine. So both carry weightage. Am I clear? Right, ma'am. Now coming to the next point. What is that? See, key skills, attributes, abilities, qualifications. I give list of titles of this particular aspect. Please write down. The same aspect can be called key attributes, key skills, key qualifications, key abilities, next, expertise, the title, core competence. This is the title, title, heading, as you give objective, educational qualification, and like that, it is also title that can give heading as a heading, right? So what we give in this, that I'll tell you, don't worry. So what is that? Core competence, right? Fine. Okay, is that okay? These are the names we usually give to that particular part of resume. Then what we have to project here? See, usually the fresher may have only educational qualification, correct? Fine. After educational qualification, what we have? See, you should be special among the others. You should be special among the others, right? How you become special among the others? By making well makeup, having a good makeup, right? How special? Right, you should have special skills that others don't have. Fine. So what are the skills that can make you attracted? Simple. That will be projected here in a key attributes. See, key skills, core competence, your competence. What is your competence? Core competence, important in you. Technically, personally, these two should be explained. Technically, personally. Here also I will give you a detail. What is that? Number one, technically you can project. What technical skills that you have? What personality related? Your personality related issues. Fine. That can be accepted, applicable to the job context. Right. Those you should highlight here. Number one. See, something like technical in the sense, you can write like this. I'll give you a list of examples here, but don't project them. You can change them as per your real competence, because you definitely find question over this particular question if you highlight your core competence. Right? If you highlight core competence, you definitely get a question on this in an interview. Right? Come on, number one, something like this. Practical knowledge in VLSI/MATLAB. I don't know your subjects exactly. I'm just giving what the subjects I know. Right? /microprocessor. Here don't give slashes. What I'm giving, I'm simply giving you example. Right? You can write, suppose you are expert in MATLAB. You can write practical knowledge in handling MATLAB projects, like that. You can give in detail, no problem, in single line. Am I clear? Next point, something like this. You can also write effective communication skills. See the difference between communication skills and effective communication skills. First, you know the difference between communication and communication skills. Communication means simply giving the data or taking the data. Right? Simply giving the data, taking the data. That is communication. If you add skill, what will happen, how skillfully you give data, how skillfully you take data. Am I clear? Right. Now you are doing skillfully. If you find outcome from that, that is effective communication skills. Going beyond skill. Am I clear? See, I will be very effective communicator, but if I don't have outcome from you, then what is the communication skills there? it should require effect also. It should have effective, right? If it should have effect over student. Am I clear? So there will be, adding words will make you, you will be filtered, right? You will be filtered. So most people write communication skills. What do you mean by communication skills? Simply communication skills? You have to add something else. Whether you are expert in communication skills, or you have proficient knowledge in communication skills, or effective communicator, right? Especially in the language English, Tamil, Kannada. Now what happened here? If I read English, Tamil, Kannada, it definitely differentiates among the others. How? How many candidates who come to interview will know Kannada, Tamil, English? Very rare, right? Means you are a rare individual, no doubt. You are a rare individual. Am I clear? Now see, how many students may have practical knowledge in VLSI or microprocessor? They have knowledge in microprocessor because they have subject. But how many of the students have practical knowledge over microprocessor? You are rare. Definitely you are rare. Am I clear? So these are the skills that may say you are rare individual or you are different from the others. We always have to differentiate ourselves with the others. Fine. Now see some more examples. Some more example you can write. See, receptive personality. Receptive personality. What is receptive personality? We usually find, people correct us, right? But how we react us, that's very important. We usually find people correct us, right? But how we react towards it, that's special, that's important. Fine. Usually how we react, if anyone correct us, we definitely become very disappointed, otherwise we will be very angry. Right? How dare you correct me? First comes ego, next comes answer, next comes fight. Whatever it may be, it leaves. Yes or no? Fine. So what we have to have here, receptive personality means take, no problem. Okay sir, thank you very much, I learn from this. If it is negative feedback, I learn from that. If it is positive feedback, I take as a inspiration. So how I take it, that based on receptive personality. The receptive personality always takes negatives and corrects himself, no problem. He never get any anger over someone's correction. Am I clear? Next, accommodative in nature. Accommodative in nature. We need it, very very important. What is that? Accommodative in nature in the sense? A good negotiator. A good negotiator. Write down. These are very very important skills. If you have these skills, you can write in your resume, no problem. So what happened here? Good negotiator. What do you mean by negotiator? See, you find going to market and purchasing tomatoes, right? How much the tomato man will say that 20 rupees. So you can say that these are very nice, I definitely give you 20 rupees, but if it is possible, make it 50. That's one kind of way of